welcome back. Today I'll be discussing some things I've changed my mind about, especially like the past 5 years or so. But before we get into that, let's just take out a quick 90 seconds to thank our sponsor. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. By now, y'all know that I'm a huge advocate for improving and maintaining your mental health. This is where therapy is crucial. BetterHelp is a service that assesses your needs and matches you with your very own licensed professional therapist, all within 48 hours. You'll receive timely and thoughtful responses. You can schedule weekly phone or video calls all in the comfort of your own home. You no longer have to get in the car, be in traffic, and sit in a waiting room like traditional therapy. You can just do it on your bed, your bathroom, closet, anywhere. Therapy is a lot like dating. Sometimes you're just not gonna jive with a particular counselor, but I love the fact that BetterHelp makes it super easy, free, and simple to change counselors if needed. There's also plenty of fish in the sea. BetterHelp has a network of over 20,000 therapists that expertise in a broad range of things. This is available for clients worldwide, and the cherry on top is that this is more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is available. If you're interested, you can get 10% off your first month using my link, betterhelp.com/Jen. That's better, HELP. You can join the over 2 million people who are prioritizing their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. Please click that link in the description box if you are looking to get into therapy. So first up, I do not want a boob job. From like the ages of like 26 to 29, I really wanted a boob job. I think I was the most serious about it at the age of 27. This was when I was going to so many influencer trips, and as beautiful and fun as they were, you're just like surrounded by like impossibly gorgeous, tall models, all with like the tiniest waist and like just firm, perky boobs. And being in that environment, I just compared myself a lot, and I had convinced myself that I would just look better and get more engagement if I had like a small C. But as I was doing my research, I was like, man, maybe I'll hold off on the boob job until after I have kids. So this was gonna be like a treat for me in the future, but funny enough, the time has come. I am now post-child. I'm a mother, and I have no desire to get a boob job. I am just comfortable with the way I look like. And the funny thing is, I got like a glimpse of what I would look like with a fuller chest because, you know, after I gave birth, my milk came in. I was like a busty bee, and I was like, whoa. I looked in the mirror and I did not particularly like what I saw. I was like, I actually prefer my smaller boobs. I'm just really happy that I didn't get a boob job because getting a boob job requires maintenance. You have to get them replaced every 10 years. And I gotta tell you, 10 years happens like that. I'm a very low maintenance person. Even like getting my nails done every month is just like, that's it for me. I guess long story short, I am just a happy member of the itty bitty titty committee. I don't care what you look like. When I was in my early 20s and my teens, what you look like really mattered to me. It's so superficial, but I'm just gonna be honest. It was less about like your facial features, but like how you dressed. Like fashion, aesthetic, style held so much weight. It was easy for me to be like blindsided by just toxic behavior because I was just so focused on like how you looked. If you were beautiful and you dressed cool, I just wanted to be around you. But the thing is that that's not enough to sustain a relationship or a friendship. Obviously, things have changed. Now, I just genuinely don't give a fuck what you look like. I don't. It's your soul that really matters to me. I care about your values. I care how you treat other people. And the focus has just shifted. You need to be very intentional with who you surround yourself with because that's who you become. So I like to surround myself with people who are curious, aware, compassionate, growing, always like trying to evolve because those are core values that I hold. I'm not afraid to talk to parents. This is something that I'm really proud that I've overcome because for the longest time, I was just very anxious and clammy around any set of parents. Not obviously not my parents, but like if you were a friend or a partner's parents, like I would not know what to say. I was just so nervous. Even when I met Ben's parents, I was so anxious all the time. It was always me like second guessing myself. Like, am I smart enough? Am I worthy enough? Am I like okay to be around your presence? And it took me to become a parent to not be afraid of talking to other parents. Like, I physically had to push another person out of my body to realize, oh my God, like, parents are just people too. Parents are kids having kids. That realization totally blew my mind. And it's like a theory that I've always known, but until it happened to me, that's when everything just clicked, I gotta say. I'm less rigid about the rules of conversation. I majored in communication, and this definitely had its pros and cons. Like, one of the big perks was I got like step-by-step strategies of interpersonal communication. Like, I basically got like the blueprint of having the most optimal conversation. But a big con was it made me just hyper aware of every conversation I was in. It made me overthink a lot of the interactions I've had because I was like going through a Rolodex of all these like conversation rules that the person was following or wasn't following, and then I would obviously put that judgment onto myself. After every interaction, I'd be like,
oh my gosh, like, did I interrupt too much? Did I make enough eye contact? Did I ask enough questions? Did I speak too little? Did I speak too much?
This was more of a problem like right when I graduated college because it was all so fresh in my mind, and it like gradually loosened year by year. And now I just don't give a shit. I just go by feel. Like, after I have an interaction with someone, I just think like, do I feel lighter or do I feel heavier? I don't like overstimulation. In my 20s, I always told the story that I just loved intensity. I just wanted more all the time. When it came to caffeine, I would want cold brew. If I had a headache and I had to take an Advil, I'd take 3 tablets. I wanted my days to be like back to back. I wanted to be like fucking busy. One book that I always loved was The Portrait of Dorian Gray. Like, I wanted that hedonistic lifestyle and just like experience every pleasure imaginable. And I think this like mentality definitely peaked in 2019. I was working hard, I was partying hard, and I gotta say, I feel like I kind of like burnt off some pleasure sensors of mine because I couldn't appreciate everything because there was just so much stimulation that was happening. I made a turning point when the pandemic happened, 2020. And as horrible as the pandemic was, it was illuminating for me because it pulled the plug on this like crazy lifestyle that I had. And it made me realize like, holy shit, like I don't actually like the overstimulation. I don't need 5 iced coffees a day. I don't need to have this like incredibly mind-numbingly full schedule in order for me to feel worthy. It was honestly kind of like I did a detox on everything in my life, and just the really important activities and values floated to the top, and I just stuck with them. I don't strive for excellence. For the longest time, one of my core values was excellence. I strived for the best. I strived to be the best. So I wanted the best experience, the best foods, the best conversations, the best shows. And like, quite frankly, it just made me really miserable in the end, because if something wasn't excellent, I would just like write this like scathing review in my mind being like, oh, and this is not great, and this is not right. Like, it just made me very critical about everything that I would experience. Now I'm just actively trying to let things be. Like, things don't have to be the best. Like, it's not like I'm lowering my standards for life, but it's like lowering that expectation. Like, I prefer trying to find the positive in an experience. It's made me more appreciative, and it's made me a lot happier, I gotta say. I think in this society, we've just like, we honestly like expect perfection. We expect excellence. We want the best service with the best hospitality and the best price, like at the best location. Like, if you look at life in that way, you're doomed, because there's gonna be so many times that you're just let down. And finally, I don't care if you like me. This is the most freeing statement of all, because I think from a young age, we're all programmed to want people to like us. And obviously this was something that I cared a lot about. Like, I wanted you to like me. It was like I was on a mission to like meet everyone in the world and like get them to like me. Like, what the fuck is that? That's like statistically impossible. You're doomed for failure. You really are. I'm not sure what finally clicked, but I just genuinely don't care if someone likes me or not. In fact, this is the first time I'm asking myself the question, do I even like that person? And a lot of times if someone doesn't like me, I don't like that person either. And that's fine. We just go our separate ways. It is what it is. And it feels so liberating to feel this way. I feel like I have never felt this secure, this confident in myself in my life. Like, one of my big goals, like since 2020, was to quiet that doubt in my mind, to silence that inner critic. I've really made an effort to criticize myself less, straight up. When you're criticizing yourself, that's the voice of doubt. That's the voice of fear. That's the voice of like just wanting to be accepted by everyone. Once you accept yourself exactly as the way you are, you just stop giving a shit what people think about you. It's so true when they say like the less you criticize yourself, the less you criticize other people. It's just made life so much more easygoing for me, and I'm still on this journey where I want to just like continue to grow. So I'm really excited to see what I will be like next year and the year after that. All right, folks, those are some things that I have changed my mind about. As always, I would love it if you would write in the comments down below some, things that you've changed your mind about. I think it'd be genuinely interesting to see what you guys would have to say. Anywho, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.